One of the most important jobs on the farm is to turn the soil over, ready for the next crop. If I was doing it in my garden, I'd be using a spade. But in a field this size, I need my tractor and plough. As the plough comes down this furrow, it will take another slice and turn it over, burying the residue from the previous crop. The plough's designed to turn the soil over, so it goes in with the point at the front, then the soil flows along the mouldboard and it turns it upside down. So what was at the top is now on the bottom, and what was on the bottom is now on the top, ready to plant a new crop. We're now standing in a field that's just been ploughed, but it's not ready to put seeds into just yet. What we need to do now is to break some of these lumps down into smaller pieces. We could break these lumps up using a fork, but on a field scale we need to use something a bit bigger. This is what we use to break down the soil. It's called a power harrow. It's driven by a shaft from the tractor to the power harrow, which drives these tines or blades which break down the soil so that we can plant seeds into it. Behind the blades we've got the packer roller, which is used to consolidate the soil and help preserve moisture. Once the tractor and power harrow has been over this field, we'll end up with a fine seed bed that's nice and level to put little seeds into. Today's job for the tractor is cultivating. No sooner have we harvested the crop, we're ready preparing the ground with the tractor and the cultivator ready for the next crop. This cultivator consists of discs at the front to mix all the bits and pieces from the previous crop, followed by some tines to loosen it down at depth, another set of discs to level it and do some more mixing, and then a press behind to consolidate and conserve moisture. This cultivator is a heavy piece of equipment. It needs to be to penetrate into the ground, hard ground, and the tractor needs to be very powerful to pull it. The start of the farming year is planting, and the first crop we plant is the oilseed rape. The seed comes out of the hopper, down this pipe, and down into the ground, into a groove made by this disc. Behind the coulters we've got the press wheels, which cover the seed with soil to make sure it grows. The seed drill is so special because it puts the seeds in accurately at an even depth across the whole of the field. Too shallow and the birds will find them, or the seeds will dry out, and too deep and they'll struggle to reach the surface. If we get it just right and then we get a lovely rain, everything will grow just perfectly. As plants grow, we as farmers need to keep them well fed with a food which we call fertiliser, which is in the form of this product here. To spread it evenly across the fields, we need a machine called a fertiliser spreader.
Fertiliser drops onto the disc, and the disc spins and spreads it across the field evenly so we get a nice even green crop. After 10 days to 2 weeks you'll see the crop become a lot greener and a lot more healthy. That's the power of fertiliser.
This is a sprayer. That's the most important machine on a farm. It's a machine responsible for applying all the crop protection products. Crop protection products are essential for keeping the crop healthy and free of pests and diseases. It works by putting minute amounts of chemical into the tank with water, into a solution, and then they're sprayed out under pressure through these nozzles, which produce a fine mist to give an even coverage of the crop. The chemical needs to be applied evenly and accurately so that we're putting on an exact dose exactly where it's needed. A machine like this would cost in excess of £120,000. All operators have to be trained in the operation of the machine and in the application of crop protection products. When it's raining we can't use this because some of the crop protection products need to dry on the leaf, and other days when it's excessively windy we don't spray. Looking at the design of the sprayer, it's got big wheels to give it clearance underneath so we don't damage the crop as we're passing through it. The tank, 3,000 litres of product in there, and it's sprayed out with a 24-metre boom. We've got a big engine on the front which drives the wheels and the pump that puts the spray through the booms.
First thing I'll have to do is obviously get into the field, open the booms up, set the height of the sprayer, then obviously I put the pressure in where we're going to start at, and off I'll go.
Let's have a look at this machine, the combine harvester, the biggest machine on the farm. At the front we've got the cutter bar, which is a long knife that cuts the crop. Then it's fed with these tines into the front of the combine, where an auger takes it along to the middle, where it's fed up inside the big mouth of the combine, into the middle where a series of drums beat the crop and separate the seeds from the stalks. The seed is then sieved to get just the seeds, and these then drop through the sieves and go up into the tank. When the tank's full of seed, then the spout comes out of the combine and unloads the tank contents into the trailer. Harvest is the busiest time of year for us, so everything needs to be just right. The weather needs to be right, the crop needs to be fit, and the machines need to be right ready.